Hi everyone, good morning. Hi everyone, good morning. ठीक है, should we start? Let us start. Give me 1 minute. So how is everyone doing? Good. Bolo, how is everyone doing? Good. Any doubts you have? Anything you want to discuss before we start? Or any kind of thing you want to discuss with me before we start? Go ahead. Bolo. Go ahead. Any doubts you have? Anything you want to discuss with me? Go ahead. Go ahead. ठीक है. Should we start then? Should we start? ठीक है. ठीक है. So I will give you the stage today. So I will give you guys time to come up with the schemas. Okay, this is a new statement we are going to follow today. Okay, so this is a new statement we are going to follow today. Okay, read the statement. Take 5 minutes. Read the statement first. Okay. Hmm. Or if you want, I can share the. Okay. Read the problem. Take 5 minutes. Let me know once the problem statement is clear. Okay. 5 मिनट लो ढंग से पूरी पढ़ो. ठीक है. Now it's a practice on you guys. Yesterday last में in the last class I drove the class. In this session you will drive it. First read it and let me know once you are clear. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Read the problem statement properly. And once you are clear, ping in the chat box that you are clear. Okay. Clear. What about others? I have one person that's saying clear. What about others? पढ़ लो एक बार. Let me know once it is clear. Okay. I have one person that is saying clear. Give me 1 minute. I'm getting some call. Okay. So now tell me, what's the first steps? As discussed in the previous class, what are the first steps? What are the first steps? Bolo. Tell me, what should be the first step before we proceed? Go ahead. Create schema. So now, will you guys take 15 minutes to come up with schemas? Take out. Last class, I drove the class. I want ki you are. This is the practice for your round 3 and 4, right? Now, can you take some time? Well, take your time, 15 minutes, and can you come up with schema? Because I know you guys will not practice it yourself, right? I want to give you time here. So, how much time is enough? Bolo, 20 minutes or is enough? I will be here only. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, so 20 minutes is enough. Bolo, how much time you need? ठीक है, take 15 to 20 minutes. Let me know once you are done. ठीक है, I will ping you back around 11:05. At least first only schema. First लिख it only come up with schema. Then slowly we'll come up with go ahead again. Okay. सारे क्या क्या मॉडल लगेंगे, how they will be linked to each other, what will be the associations, what will be the relationship between them. Try to come up with that. Okay. Take your time. Take 20 minutes and only come up with schema first. Okay. Only come up with schema first. Okay. ठीक है, चलो. If you want, try to relate this with the APIs as well. कि what all APIs में क्या use होगा, okay? In that case, things are slightly easier, right? So it's your choice. How do you want to proceed? Okay, but yeah, I will give you 20 minutes to come up with a schema, and then we'll discuss the how you guys have done it. Okay, do not waste time. I'm with you. Okay, take your time and do it. Okay, sure. Okay, let me reshare my screen. ठीक है. Let me know once. Take your time. ठीक है, I will ping you around 11:05 के around. ठीक है. Are you guys done or do you need more time? Bolo. Are you guys done? Are you guys done? ठीक है. Can you share here? Can you put in some paste bin and share here? कोई paste bin में put it and share here. We'll discuss it. I'm still waiting. What about others? What about others? Have you guys done? What about others? Aradhya, Joseph, Suraj. बोलो. Okay. So you have done doctor schema. Okay, first let us clear the statement again. Health is wealth, so Relevel is thinking about the overall fitness of students. Hence, I want to design an application that can capture every detail of your fitness and wellness. Okay. For example, this app will keep track of your height, okay, and weight. All the meetings with doctor, okay, it will keep track of my height and weight. Okay. Then all the meetings with my doctor, their prescription, symptoms you have. Okay. It will have my height, weight, all my prescriptions, symptoms, and every meeting with my doctor. Okay. Now it will also keep track of my appointment with doctor and the hospital you visit. Okay. And the hospital you visit. Hence, overall data will be set in it. So these are the data requirements, right? So now let us see what you have designed on the basis. You are saying one doctor schema, okay, one hospital schema. Then what do you have? User schema. This is one user. Okay. Uh, one user. Okay. Every user has a what? It's a prescriptions. Okay. This is what? Object ID. That is, then it has symptoms, then meeting with doctors, then meeting with hospitals. Okay. Now think. मतलब हर यूजर की. Now let us try to think. What you have done is you are saying कि every user has more than one prescriptions. Correct? है ना? है ना? That is what you have done, right? This is one user. मतलब it could be null. That is fine. One or more symptoms. Meeting with doctors and meeting with hospitals. मतलब meeting with doctor and meets with hospitals. So if you try to see, it will keep a track of appointment with doctor and the hospital you visit, right? So now, so is this schema correct? Anyone have any suggestions here? What could have been improved here? Bolo. Anyone has any suggestions here? Bolo. Anyone has any suggestions here? Bolo. Go ahead. Any suggestions, anyone? Go ahead. Hmm. Correct. Doctor belongs to hospital. That is correct. है ना? Doctor belongs to hospital. That is correct. है ना? Now symptoms. The symptoms. Do you want symptoms to be here? Will it lie here at the user level? Should symptoms be at the user level? बोलो. Should symptoms be at a what? User level. That is what I'm trying to ask. बोलो. ठीक है. If you want to keep, that is fine. You can keep. ठीक है. Well, okay. You can say कि this will have all the prescriptions. This will have all the symptoms. Why do you want to keep this meeting with doctors and meeting with hospitals? And why do you want to have different prescriptions? मतलब ठीक है. If you want to have that meeting with hospitals, meeting with doctors. Okay, but this doesn't make sense, right? Well, doctor will be inside an hospital, right? Correct. Doctor will be inside a hospital, right? है ना? तो what can we decide? मतलब ठीक है. Uh, if you have done it in such a way that is so basically what hospitals I visit, right? Right. ठीक है. So ideally, how we can improve it? Improve it. You can have separate. Okay, how can you improve it? You can have separate model for prescription. Correct. You can have a separate model for prescription, right? है ना? So just like you had it for doctor and hospitals, ये वाला, correct. You can have separate for prescription as well. Correct. बोलो. Correct. है ना? You should have separate for this as well. ठीक है. Now this is fine. Default is user type is by default customer. This is fine. Prescription. ठीक है. I think not very bad. It's decent. We can use it. ठीक है. These are all the things cleared. I want to. Well, you have app will track of your height and weight. All the meeting with doctor, the prescription and symptoms you have. It will also keep the track of your appointment with doctor and the hospital you visit. You will visit. Okay. ठीक है. So basically you have done it all everything at a user level. Okay. So basically let us say you try to go to any hospital, right? How will you do? ठीक है. Now can you extend this to APIs? What APIs your system needs to create? बोलो. That is fine. ठीक है. I'm fine with the model. You have it's your based on your understanding. You have defined a decent model. Okay. So now basically I've exported only patient, right? Patient is here, right? So now can you extend this to for your APIs? What APIs? Well, this is fine. This is good. Okay. So now what APIs will your system support? Can you extend that? बोलो. Now that's the next step, right? है You're done with the data model, correct? Then you need a set of API that a system should support. है So can you do that? बोलो. That should be the next step, right? How much time do you need to come up with that? Then we'll discuss. Well, basically, I'm trying to give you the how will you similarly you will approach things in your round 3 and 4. Okay, you will define the model, right? You're done with the model. Then you will come up with the APIs. So can you come up with APIs? How much time do you need to come up with APIs? Bolo. How much time do you need? I need to you to come up with APIs, all the APIs you want to create. Take 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes and come up with all the APIs. Okay. Take 10 minutes and come up with all the APIs. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let me check this. Okay, so you have created that three different set of routes. One is for add meet slash fitness slash add meet at ID. This is two. First one is two. First one is two. Okay, one is hospitals, other is doctor, other is patient. Uh, can you unmute yourself? Can you explain it via unmuting yourself? I will unmute you. You can raise your doubt. That will be better. Okay, that will be better. Mhm. Okay, you cannot. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. So basically, these are to uh, get all the patients. Okay, this is to mhm, add meet, add prescription, add symptom, add hospital, update weight, add hospital, add symptom, add prescription. Okay, all meetings, all prescriptions, all symptoms. Okay. Now, what do you think is the big mistake here? What do you think is the biggest mistake I can see over here? If I am evaluating this, what's the one basic thing you are missing? Bolo. Anyone wants to give suggestion? What is the big missing? What is the big mistake here? What's the big mistake here? Bolo. 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 What's the big mistake here? That is fine, but are these API names up to the mark? Are these API names up to the mark? Bolo. Bolo. Are these API names up to the mark? Bolo. So I think that let me explain you the things. So the very, very big mistake over here is let me explain you. Whenever you explain or to write API names, right? I will. This is a very helpful thing. Okay, listen to me very carefully. This is something new you will learn. Okay, now. Okay. So that's the biggest mistake I wanted to clear it now. Okay, because now always use what? You can see me writing with red pen. Can you see me writing with red pen? Okay. So the biggest mistake you have done over here is कि whenever you are doing API design, you always use what? Because API design is the biggest thing, right? Right. You always use nouns instead of verbs. You always use nouns instead of verbs. ठीक है? So now if you see add, update, get, right? All these are what? Verbs. So you never ever do this. Let us say I want to create a new post. You will never say slash post slash create post. You will never ever do this. Okay. So now, well, this is about API design that is missing over here, right? Let us say you wanted to have uh, to add a new prescription. So don't you think that is what this get, put, post aren't they verbs? They are already verbs, right? Correct? Right? Right? They are already verbs, right? Get, put, post, delete, right? So never ever you will do what? Use this add meet, add prescription, add symptom, add hospital, all these things in your API names. Okay. Let us say I just want to give you a task. Let us say you want to create a few e-commerce APIs. This will help you a lot. This is just a extension of this. Okay. Now based on this, well, let us see. I will give you the, then I will do, first you will do. Okay, I give you 5 minutes to come up with e-commerce APIs. E-commerce में क्या क्या होता है? Let us say you have categories. Okay, you want to create APIs to have categories. You want to add a new category, delete a new category. Then you want, let us say you have products. You want to add a new product. Now every product will want some categories. Okay, correct. So how will you create a APIs for that? Only API design. Well, I am only concerned about APIs. Well, it will take only 5 minutes. Okay. Don't even write this complete module or expo. I just need your these parts. मतलब ये वाले part तुम कैसे बनाओगे for all these things? Okay. Well, are you getting this point? बोलो. Are you getting this point? Are you getting this point? बोलो. So that is what I have to create, right? Or let us say, let me extend it more. No, APIs will not be given. Let us say you also have a cart. Your cart will have one or more products, correct? You have to create a new cart, add a product in a cart, right? So these are the requirements. Only requirements will be given. You have to do what? Do this. Okay? Clear is the requirement clear? So you have basically three kind of stakeholders. Category you have, product you have, cart you have, right? Well, cart will be for user only, right? So how will you create APIs for these? Can you give a try? Can you give a try? Bolo. Can you give a try? You want to add a category, add a new product in a category. You want to add a new product to a cart. Can you give a try? Matlab, bolo. Or should I do? As you guys say, should I do directly? Right. So, like that is fine. But you, okay, I got your point. You have already done the e-commerce app. But did you see, right, ki these mistakes are there, right? Add, update, all these things, right? So what will be the best practices? If you have done this in category in this e-commerce app, you should not have done this mistake, because this is a big mistake. Okay, anyone who is evaluating your code will add this as a big data point against you. Okay, so let us say you want to create what? Bolo, category routes, right? So how will you create what? Dekho, now let me open this notes. Okay, how will you create API for category? Let us say you want to add a new category. Let us say you want to add a new category. What will be your API should look like? Bolo, something like slash e-commerce, right? Slash, let us say API, then slash what? Category. This will be of type. Let me open what? Sublime text. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so let us say add a new category. So how will you add a new category? Bolo. So e-com slash category, right? So this will be of post request, right? So now if you see it is not get category, it's simply a category. Let us say you want to get all the categories. Get slash e-com slash category. Same thing, not get category, right? Clear? Did you get this point? Did you get this point? The same URL will be used, not different URL. Now let us say you want to get a category by category ID. Again, get slash ecom slash category, slash ID. Clear everyone? Now update will be update and delete will be on the same thing. Let us say this is to put, then delete a category by category ID. Let us say I want to delete all the ID, so it should be delete or delete all the categories. Now did you get how intuitive it should be? You got the mistake, right? You see how intuitive all of them are. If you know one of them, you can easily guess any one of them. Okay. Clear everyone this point? Clear everyone? Any doubts over here? Any doubts over here? Okay. So I hope this mistake that you did over here is clear. Okay. So now let us try to do the same in this state. Okay. Let us say you have to book an appointment with a doctor. How will you do? You want to, let us say, get all the fitness, right? This is to fitness update hospital. It's difficult to understand what they're trying to ask. Let us say this is post. So you are saying what? Add a new meeting with a patient. Well, this is what I think you are saying add meet. I'm not sure what you're trying to do here. Okay, this is add meeting with doctor, right? Then okay, this is to add a meeting, create a new meeting with doctor, right? Then add a prescription, right? So how will your, let us say you want to have a create a new prescription. How should it should look like? It should simply look like a bolo post slash fitness app slash fitness slash prescription. That's it. That's it. Make sense? That's it, right? This is to create or to add a new prescription, right? Then this is to add a prescription that let's say add a symptom same. If you want to add a symptom, exactly because it was if you were doing at a user level, it should be same. SYMP symptoms. Okay, or symptom is fine. Okay, add that is your choice. Okay, similarly for add hospital, if you want to add a new hospital, right, in your thing. So basically you will do it similarly. Okay. Now update, again mistake. You want to update your height. So basically you will not do this, right? So it will be you will never update your height directly. Basically you will say put slash fitness slash what? Well, basically you can say one more thing. Tell me one more thing. So you have defined all of them in where? You have defined all of them where? In your user model, right? If you see, you have defined all of them in your user model, correct? Correct? ये सारा तुमने right. Now you are given API for each field separately. Is it a good practice? Separate API for prescription, separate for hospital, separate for height, separate for weight, separate for all these things. Right? So basically what you are trying to do, you are trying to write a new API to update each one of them, right? Right. So you can simplify it more. No need to do it for each and every. Well, basically you can say update. You can make it better. Okay. Okay. So now ideally, what should be the next steps? How you can improve it? How can you improve it more? This can be improved, right? Correct. Right. How we can improve it? Bolo. How we can improve it? Bolo. Bolo. So basically, let us say I want to create an appointment, correct? Or to book an appointment. How will you do? Let us say, let me create a new file. Let us say I want to get all my appointments. Get all my appointments. What should my API should look like for that? Appointments. Okay, it should be something like slash API and slash directly get slash API slash let us say what appointments, let us say. Okay, this should give you all your appointments. Okay, all appointments. Then let us say slash API slash appointments and slash ID. This should give you what get a appointment by appointment ID. Okay, get a appointment by appointment ID. Okay. So yeah, I hope you got the point. How do you do it? Okay. So now there could be different ways, right? Now let us say you want to have prescriptions. You have prescriptions also, right? What API will you have for a prescription? Very similar, right? You want to add a prescription, that is fine. This is to add appointments. All these are appointment wale. Okay, get appointment by ID, update your appointment by given ID. Okay. Let us say I want to delete or let us say delete a appointment by given ID. Okay. Delete a appointment by given ID. Delete a appointment by given ID. So now after this, it can be prescription. Let us say you want to get all your prescriptions, right? So it will be exactly same as we created. It will be exactly same. Get all my prescriptions. Okay. So now what will be the logic here? API slash what? Prescriptions. Okay. This is to get all the predictions, get a prescription, update a prescription, delete all the prescriptions. Okay. So this is your what? Prescription API, right? Now, what can be other APIs? Appointments you have done, all these things are done. What should be your other APIs? Bolo. What should be your other APIs you said? Bolo. Bolo. Other can be what? Book a appointment, you are saying, right? Book a appointment तो put से हो जाएगा, right? Meeting with doctors. Book a appointment, you are saying it should be basically via here, right? So post basically a new appointment, basically, right? Slash API slash appointment. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Then, ठीक है. Then get all this is to add a new slash API slash this, right? Now, ठीक है. So now, uh, that symptoms and all should be what? You are saying symptoms, height and weight, get all doctors in my area. ठीक है, make sense. Get all doctors in my area. That is also make sense, right? So ठीक है, basically let us say doctors के लिए भी we can, let us say my fitness app also tells about doctor, right? I want to get all the doctors, right? So let us say it will take location automatically. ठीक है. So let us say what? I want to get all the doctors. It should be what? Get slash API slash doctors. ठीक है. बोलो and slash what? Uh, all the doctors, right? And then get a doctor by doctor ID. ठीक है. So can someone quickly tell I want to get a doctor by location? How will I get? I want to get nearby location. So what should be the API for that? Bolo. What should be the API for the API for that? Bolo. What should be the API? Let us quickly tell me. Let us say the requirement is I want to get all the nearby doctors in my area. So what kind of, as a backend developer, what API should I create for that? As a backend developer, what API should I create for that? Bolo. Go ahead. Go ahead, everyone. Anyone. What API should I create for that? Bolo. What API should I create? So no, Joseph, it should not be that. We need to extract IDS parent and extract the area and then filter all the docs in that area. But how will a backend developer? Okay, listen to me carefully. Who knows the location? Client knows the location. अगर मेरा mobile app है तो mobile app knows the location. Correct? Correct. My client knows the location of the user. Correct? Does the backend know? Bolo. Does the backend know the location? No, right? Till now, no. So your backend needs to know the location. Correct? So how will the backend? It's in DB. No, DB may it's not a current location, right? Current location we don't well the current location where I am currently, that is not stored in the DB, right? Right. Let us say I order Swiggy. Swiggy doesn't now tell me how will the backend get to know where is my, how will it get to know the location? That's the point. How will client tell to the backend about the location of the thing? Bolo. Go ahead. Bolo. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bolo. We provide in body. No. Body किसमें? In the get body? In the get body you are saying? Or are they in the get body? No. Then you want to create a new API? Go ahead. What should be the correct way of doing it? Post. Is it a post request? I want to get. Okay, you are Ankit is saying post. You want to get all the nearby doctors. Is it a post request? You are saying it's a post request? Bolo. No. Then how can you say it's a post request? Bolo then. How will you do it? How will we handle it? How will we handle it? Bolo. Likit is saying doctor slash area name. Okay. So, okay. One thing. So you want to create a new API for that, Likit? You want to create a new API, something like this? Something like this? Bolo. Something like this you want to create? बोलो, tell me. That is what you want? No, right? So yes, that is a good point. That is such new point. Good point. So this is a part of filtration. Correct? Correct. So let us say, how will we do it? We will use params over here. Correct? We will use params over here. That is good point. That's a very good point. That is I wanted to convey. So we can simply say what? We can simply add it like this, right? It's an optional field, obviously. These are params, right? I can simply say, let us say lat is equal to something. Your lat will be latitude, right? And your long will be something. Clear, everyone? So if it doesn't pass, it will give you all the doctors. If this is passed, it will filter on the basis of this nearby. Clear, everyone, this point? Bolo. This is the same API we are doing. It's clear now? How will we handle these scenarios? Now let us say I want to get all the heart specialists. I want to get all the doctors which are heart specialists. How will I do? I want to get all the doctors which are specialists in heart. How will I do it? How will I handle that? How will I handle that? Bolo. How will I handle that? Bolo. Query again, that simply query again, right? So it will be simplest. Exactly. So you can simply say specialist is equal to heart. Got it? So it's the same API. Okay. It's the same API that, okay, first of all, you have to understand is koi alag API nahi bana rahe hain. It's the same API. We are just using the query params accordingly. That's it. That's correct, Likit. Okay, clear everyone? So any kind of filtration you do, it will, okay. Let us say in e-commerce also, you want to have what? All the products get me all products in range what 1200 to 1900. How will you do? ये वाला. So slash, that is correct. Slash ecom, right? Again, maximum and minimum. They are query params. Okay. So you got the idea behind query params, right? So I hope it is clear now. This is to get all the doctor details, right? Then update a doctor by ID. Update will be by ID only. Okay. So this will be by put your ID, then delete by ID. Delete by doctor ID. Okay. Delete by doctor ID. Now similarly, you want to have more APIs for what? For what? Your hospitals. Correct. You want to have for hospitals, right? Correct. You want to have for hospitals, right? So how will we have it for hospitals? Bolo. You want to simple, right? I think create a new hospital. Simple. It's clear, right? So get slash. I think it should be simple. Slash API. Again simple, right? Then again hospitals. Okay. Then hospital by hospital ID. Again, you can have what location also here if you want. Okay. So hospital by ID. Then what do you need? Update a hospital by hospital ID. Update a hospital by hospital ID. Then delete a hospitals by hospital ID. Okay. Here everyone. Okay. So yeah, I think these are the set of APIs. Now let us say you want to update user ki height वगैरह, right? What are the missing wala? Symptoms missing, right? You want to have symptoms also. Okay. If you want, that was fine. You can have a, let us say you want to add symptoms. You can simply, how will you add it? You can create different CRUD operations for symptoms also. That is completely fine. Okay. So let us say I want to get all the symptoms for a particular user. I want to get all the symptoms of a particular user. Correct. उसके कौन से symptoms है? So I can simply get it like this: get slash API slash symptoms. That user details and all, it will automatically fetch it from where it will fetch user details. Do I need to pass any user details in the API? No. Right. So how will it fetch it from the no user details? User details. मतलब लिखित ऐसे थोड़ी पास करेंगे यूजर आईडी कोई. Will I pass it like this? No, right? User ID. I want to get all the symptoms of a particular person. How will I get it? Get all the symptoms of a particular person. How will I find it? Bolo. What should be the API for that? All the symptoms of a particular person. Correct? That is what you are trying to say, right? What you are trying to say is this. That is what you are trying to say. Correct? Is this correct? Joseph is also same. Correct? So is it a good practice? Is it a good practice? No. What can be a better approach for this? Go ahead. इससे अच्छा तरीका क्या होगा? Go ahead. What can be a better thing for this? बोलो. No. No, Ankit. Okay. Do we ever pass user details in the? Do we ever pass user details in the as ID? No, right? So if you want, you can have this ideally, but let us say if the doctor is querying, then it's fine. If some admin is querying, then it's fine. Admin or doctor is querying, then it's fine. He wants to know the symptoms, right? But ideally, better way will be whenever you are get is fine. You let us say I want to update. I want to update the symptoms myself. Update the symptoms via client. Update via client, right? So I will never pass it as a what? The user ID. I will simply say post slash API slash symptoms. So automatically based on how I'm logged in, I can change my symptoms, right? No one else should be able to do that, right? In that scenarios, I will use AWT token to fetch the user details. So I don't need to have ID over here. Clear this point? Token में already ID होगी मेरी. I will use that to update my symptoms. Clear? Clear everyone this point? Clear everyone? Obviously, Aradhya, that is correct. You will use header to get the details of JWT token. Token means you will fetch the ID. That is how you know which user is logged in and he is trying to update his symptoms. Let us say I want to update my symptoms from a mobile app. So I'm already logged in, right? I will make a post request to backend. Backend will extract my header, see what is my ID. On the basis of that ID, it will corresponding to my ID, it will update my symptoms. Clear? Is this clear? ठीक है. We need ID to you need ID to we need ID to decode JWT. What does that mean? What does that mean? Hmm? That is what I'm trying to say. वही तो मैंने बोला. Correct. कि if you are already logged in, we already have a access token for that. So after that, after logging in, no need to have an ID. Okay. Clear everyone? ठीक है. So yeah, I think this should be fine. Update, post or put should only be done by client. No one else should be allowed to update the symptoms. Okay, except what? Get should be done by anyone. Anyone should be able to get the symptoms of any person. That is fine. Well, symptoms doctor wants to find, this is fine. Then by client ID, right? Then what update should only be done via patient. No one else should be allowed it. Clear everyone? Or get to get slash API slash symptoms. So this is for client and this is for other person. Clear everyone? He can also get via directly all the symptoms. Clear everyone? But if anyone wants to know the symptom of other person, then in that case, he wants to give the ID of the person. I hope it is clear, right? So now after this, what do we have? Symptoms we okay. What are the pending things? I think height and details are also pending, right? Doctor also we have done, hospital also we have done, right? Prescription also we have done, appointment also we have done. Then we have what? Bolo. We have, uh, so how will we update that? Bolo. How will we update user details? Right. Bolo. Bolo. How will we update? So now it's so hard to think. What thing is hard? What you are trying to say? What you are saying? What thing is hard to think? You want to unmute and discuss? You want to unmute yourself and discuss? We will discuss. I can help you. You want to update user details, right? Right. So how that is what designing says. That this is what you are doing is called as API design, right? Right. So obviously it is a important thing, right? Correct. Now the first question is, yeah, that is fine. Well, rather it comes with practice, that is completely fine, acceptable, right? So coding is fine, right? Designing is the biggest thing. You should be able to. Abhi to you are doing only API design. Slowly you go to LLD, a high level designs once you proceed in your roles. Okay, that is fine. Okay. So all these things are covered, right? Add hospital, update height, update weight is meeting, get all documents, all these things are done, right? Right. This is also done. Update in my area using location. I've done this, right? So add document all the patients. This is also done, right? The only thing pending is to update my height and weight. Correct. So now it is fine if you want to update what height and weight. Okay. So now basically there are what other things are there, right? Let us say password, email, created ad, updated ad, user type, okay, height, weight, prescriptions, all these are fine. Okay. So these are major entities. For all the minor entities, you can have a simply use what? For all other minor entities, you can do what? Let us say someone wants to change their password. You want to, it's your choice. You want to have your change the password. How will you use the change the password? Change the password. Bolo. Change the password. It will be how? So put request slash API slash user. Okay. It will be something like user details, right? Correct. Make sense, right? That's it. ID तो automatically logged in होगा तभी change कर पाएगा, right? So do make sense, right? I don't need any ID, right? So that is right. So this is also fine. After that, what do I need? Let us say you want to update its height and weight. Okay, height and weight. So can we use the same API for that? यही वाली? Can we use the same for that? Well, it's your choice, right? That is what I'm trying to say. If you want, you can have this kind of API. So this can change the password, right? Change height and weight. Okay? Change height and weight, all these things. Correct. So these are for minor or other minor things you want to have. You can change it via this. Okay? Put request. Okay? Then auth APIs already you know, right? How do you create auth APIs? You already know, right? Let us say I want to create a new user, right? I want to create a new user. So उसमें तो होगा basically post all the things, right? Slash API slash user, right? This is to create a new user. Then daily I want to delete a user by user ID. Okay? Then okay, that is fine. Let us say this is to create a new user. This is to put, then let us say I want to get all the user details. Get me, I can have ID. That is fine because any third person can also get the user details. So we can have ID. Okay. So we can also have for client. Client can directly, if a client wants to know, we can directly have this only. Okay. This is for client. This is for any other admin or any other who wants to get this. Okay. This will be done via token, right? He wants to get all of this is also logged in. Okay. Now after this, what do we need? We want to have some auth APIs also, right? So auth APIs कौन सी होगी? What are the simple auth APIs we have mostly? What are the simple auth APIs we have? Mostly we have what? Hmm? Mostly we have what? What auth APIs do we have mostly? बोलो. What auth APIs do we have? We can simply have sign up, sign in, log out kind of thing, right? We can have simply, I think you can simply say something like what? If someone wants to log in, right? So it should be simply slash API slash login. Or basically you can have slash auth slash login. ठीक है. Then you want to, this will be your post request. ठीक है. Auth. ठीक है. ठीक है. Then you can have, this will be your post request. ठीक है. Post. Then similarly sign up. To post sign up. So slash API slash auth slash sign up. ठीक है. ठीक है. Then you want to have a logout. Logout maybe you can say simply a post request logout slash API. ठीक है. Slash API slash auth slash logout. ठीक है. So yeah, I think this should be fine, right? We have created a good set of APIs. Here everyone, मतलब you got the idea? बोलो. Idea लग गया? How do we create API? मतलब this is much better than this, right? मतलब देखो, I understand कि you might not be able to code all of them, right? मतलब but yeah, at least first the invigilator will check what all APIs you have designed, correct? So once you have good practice over here, you will be able to design good APIs. ठीक है? This is easy task. Now you see how intuitive they are. Let me put it in some paste for you guys, as you guys say. Paste. Okay, let me create a new snippet. Acknowledge. Paste bin. So it's now you can see, right? It's very clean, right, as compared to before, right? No, Aradhya, I understand कि मतलब you might not be able to do all of them in 2 hours. So देखो auth वाली तो you will already have, right? So right, at least do all the API designing. Try to code all the important controllers. Okay, but yeah, at least try to have all the API designs ready. At least it will give a good sign to the invigilator, right? That you are able to do API design, right? So at least try to design all of them. Okay, but yeah, controllers and all, you can keep them empty for initially for all of them, right? But only at least try to code the important ones. Get all prescriptions, all these things, right? Because at least CRUD वाले तो चीजें copy paste ही होती है, right? Correct. So many CRUD things are mostly copy paste. So try to have a, देखो, if you can do this in 2 hours. If you have good practice, it is doable in 2 hours. Given you are able to copy paste a lot of CRUD code. Okay. Token code, CRUD code, it should be doable. Okay. But yeah, even if you are not able to do in 2 hours, at least put all these API designs in your route file, in your API files. Okay, and try to keep the controllers happy, controllers empty. जिनके लिए नहीं लिख पाए, keep the controllers empty. That is fine. Okay, that is fine. So I think these first two steps should be clear, right? So that is how you. I think this should be clear, right? Okay. So yeah, I hope these are the various things you need to know about API design. Apart from that, what other things? मैंने क्या चीजें बताई? I can give you few things. Mostly we have what I told you, right? We always use nouns instead of verbs. पहली चीज तो वही थी, right? We mostly use nouns instead of verbs. We never use verbs in API designing. ठीक है? We never use verbs. ठीक है? We always use nouns. Then we have few other things as well. For example, we mostly we try to use plural words. ठीक है? ये थोड़ा और better हो सकता है. we use plural. We never use singular. दिख रहा है? Let us say I want to create a new post. So it will be like, let us say slash post. Ideally, we try to create a, let us say I want to create a new post. So you will never say slash post. It should be slash posts. Let us say I want to get all the posts. So it should be slash posts. I want to get a post with ID 125. So slash posts slash 125. This will give me a ID with 125. Okay. So that is how you have to do it. That is how you have to do it. Make sense? Does this make sense? Bolo. Make sense? Yeah, I will give you the break. I will give you break. Okay. So apart from that, there are few more things about API designing. For example, these are fine. For now, we'll see. I will cover that after the break. Few more things. Okay. So yeah, how much break do you want? How much break do you want? 15 minutes. Okay. We'll meet at around after 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. Let us take 15 minutes break. We'll meet around 12:20 around. Okay. Okay. Are you back? Are you guys back? Are you guys back? बोलो. ठीक है. So I think this point is clear. ठीक है, तो हमने first point is also clear. Data model. ठीक है. Then find, update and remove. मतलब ठीक है, मतलब your AP first is to create a data model for users, doctors, hospitals, symptoms, prescription, track records. मतलब ठीक है, I think you guys have done almost both the things. ठीक है. So these are to create model for all these things. ठीक है. That is the first step you already did. Second is to come up with a set of APIs. ठीक है. Your API should provide the following functionality to downstream consumer of the API in a RESTful way. ठीक है. तो find, add, update and remove track records, create an API appointment logs. ठीक है. Validate the request, that is fine. ठीक है. Then symptoms, so basically what they have for logs, that is health logs. ठीक है. Then we have symptoms, then we have prescription, then we have appointments. ठीक है. Then we have doctors, and finally we have hospitals. ठीक है. So I think we have covered most of them, right? Right, we have covered most of them, right? बोलो. ठीक है. So yeah, I think these are good. Even in company interviews, we get this level only. Even in for the startups and all, they give you machine coding round. You get this level only. Okay. Okay. So this is a solution you can follow. Refer. Okay. This is a solution you can refer. So I think for routes we were able to create. Let us see. Clinics, that is, I think we create hospitals. Appointment we create, attachments we didn't create. Clinics we create, hospitals, doctors we created, logs we didn't create, prescription symptoms we create. ठीक है. Well, there is no correct, but yeah, based on we have covered most of the things. ठीक है. Then models also, they have created a lot of models. That is completely fine. But yeah, for you guys, if you are able to come up with 3-4 models, you will 3-4 models is fine if you want. Okay, no need to go to each and every detail, right? It's very difficult to do it in 2 hours. Okay. So you are able to come up with 3-4 important models. That is completely fine. You can keep other things as primitive types, like strings, arrays, and all. That is completely acceptable. Okay. Then let us go to controllers. Okay. Then controllers, I think main thing is, I think, appointments. Appointment mein kya hi hai? It's easy only, right? So appointment is first to find all. Very easy. Simply getting then appointment dot find basically. Right. Then functions to create a new appointment. Then find by ID. Okay. Zoom. I think these are straightforward only, right? These are doable in 2 hours. देखो, this is simple, all right. Find all function, create, find by id, update by id, and finally delete by ID, remove by id. That is यही होता है सब में, right? One is to find all, then find by id, then create, then update, and then delete by id, all these things, right? So this is for appointments. ठीक है? I think you should be clear, right? Nothing complex here, very straightforward logic here. ठीक है? Then we have what doctors के लिए भी very straightforward. Find all doctors, find by id, create a new doctor, update a new doctor, remove a new doctor. So this is a simple, very simple code here. Okay, then we have prescriptions. In prescriptions also we are similar. Find all the prescription, create a prescription. Now get a prescription, then this and then this. Okay. So I think at least these things are able to you should be able to do in 2 hours, correct? Basic CRUD operations. Now this comes to basic CRUD operations. This is fine. Well, this you are already okay. Now I think the biggest thing that is asked in interview is associations, correct? Well, now that is something that is complex. You know about associations? Do you know about associations? You know about associations? Follow. You know about associations? Tell me. You know about associations? Tell me. Bolo. Do you guys know about associations? Forgot. So let us say one doctor can have one person can have multiple prescriptions, right? Correct. That is a one to many association, right? One person will have only one PAN number, one Aadhaar number. That is one to one relationship, one to one association, right? Right. So these are what is called associations. Now that is very, very important to handle, right? So a good invigilator always check whether you are, let us say you created a new, okay. You know what foreign keys are? You know what foreign keys are? Do you know what foreign keys are? ठीक है. So let us say you are creating a new book. ठीक है. Every book has what? A author. Correct? Then we have a separate authors table where we have a list of authors. Let us say if I add a new book, it should only work if the author ID matches. Correct? One book can have only many authors, one author can have many books. So it's a n:n relationship. और ये let us say अभी के लिए एक book एक ही author लिखता है, तो one book can have only one author can have multiple books. So it is a n:1 relationship, right? So now if you pass a author ID, how will you link this author with this author table? That is called association. Clear? How will you link this author via author table? That is called associations. Clear, everyone? Is the expectations clear? Are the expectations clear? So now it is again a very, very important topic, especially when you are given this. Mostly people are able to do CRUD operations, but this is where they lack. This is where they lack. When they want to come up with proper relationships. Okay. So I can discuss this as a last thing for today. Okay. So now let us say there are few things I want to tell you when we define how we do that. Okay. Let me quickly open this paste only. Okay. Let me create a new snippet. Okay. Now let us say, let me do it VS Code में. Okay. Okay. Now let us say we have what? A author. एक author है हमारे पास. ठीक है. ठीक है. An author we have. ठीक है. How will you write it? How will you write an author? बोलो. How will you? One we have author and then we have book. We have an author and then we have a book. How will you define an author? बोलो. Author कैसे define करेंगे बोलो. So it will be something like what? Constant author is equal to new schema. ठीक है. ठीक है. One schema. ठीक है. So now it will be what? Schema. Then it is called as name. Let us say name will be string. ठीक है. Name इसमें होगा name string. ठीक है. Then we have let us say location. Then let us say it will have something called as published books. Correct? ये सब होगा. Now it should be what? Go ahead now. What should be the type of this? Go ahead. इसका type क्या होगा anyone? It should be array. That is correct. But array of what? Like you are saying array. ठीक है, अब एरे में भी टाइप होता है राइट, एरे विल बी ऑफ टाइप व्हाट, बोलो, एरे में भी टाइप होता है राइट, एरे विल बी ऑफ टाइप व्हाट, array will be of type what, and how will you do this? Number. Okay, but that is what a point is. Ankit, no, you cannot have an array of objects here. तब तो फिर अलग अलग, okay, what you are saying यहाँ पे array होगा and every will be a book, correct? हर एक book होगी, right? That is what you're trying to say. But that is called as denormalization. That is not correct. You do never store what? Will you store the complete book object here? Will you store the complete book object here? Let us say book one object, book two object. Let us say book one का पूरा object, मतलब book one object, मतलब book two object. No, right? We never ever store these things. We always store things by reference. Correct? We will have a, that is correct, right? You got this point, right? First of all, we never do this. Never ever we store actual object. You can do this. You can do this, but we never do this. You कर सकते हो. We never do this. But we always do via reference, right? We store a reference. So type क्या होगा इसका now? What will the type? Go ahead. Type will be string. No. Basically देखो try to think. Type क्या होना चाहिए इसका? It will be a, okay. Here it should be the primary key of the book. Correct? Primary key of the book, right? है ना, एक तरीके से, and that is object id mostly, that mongodb has object id, correct? That is what differentiate every record in a database, in a table. So it will be something like what, schema dot types जो होते हैं उसमें से they have something called object id. Clear everyone this point? Object id. Clear everyone this point? Right. Now what will be your reference? Now your reference will be the table name. कौन सी, किस टेबल की ऑब्जेक्ट आईडी का फॉरेन की है? इट शुड रेफर टू द, इट शुड रेफर टू द व्हाट टेबल, बोलो, ऑब्जेक्ट आईडी किस टेबल की है? बुक टेबल. तो यू विल राइट द एग्जैक्ट टेबल नेम, इट शुड बी book. Clear everyone? So that is how you will have a relationship. So this is parent. Okay, author parent है, child है. One author can have multiple books. So author is a parent, book is a child. Correct? Correct? मतलब you always think in a parent versus child. ठीक है, तो हमेशा think of association as a parent versus child. Okay, so now how will you create a book schema? How will you create book schema? बुक स्कीमा कैसे बनाओगे? नाउ फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, क्या तुम बुक में भी दोबारा डालोगे? विल यू डू इट लाइक दिस, बुक इज इक्वल टू न्यू स्कीमा, ठीक है? हाउ विल यू डू इट? हाउ विल यू क्रिएट अ बुक स्कीमा? नेम ऑफ द बुक समथिंग लाइक दिस, ठीक है, स्ट्रिंग, देन वी हैव लेट अस से व्हाट, सम पब्लिश, कब पब्लिश हुई थी, लेट अस से पब्लिश ईयर, व्हेन डिड इट गॉट पब्लिश्ड, ठीक है, समथिंग लाइक लेट अस से इट इज नंबर, ठीक है, देन नाउ आफ्टर दैट इट विल हैव व्हाट, very thing, author. अब author कौन होगा? Go ahead now. What will be the author here? Who will be the author here? बोलो, who will be the author here? Who will be the author? How will I define author here? Okay, you are saying क्या, मतलब what you are trying, how should I write it? बोलो. You are saying we'll take a author object. So basically you are saying something like this, like object होगा, that is fine. Type will be again something like object id जो होती है MongoDB वाली, and refer, that is what you are trying to say. This should be author. That is what you are trying to say. That is what you are you trying to say. बोलो. That is what you are trying to say, है ना? That is what you might have done it, right? How you might have done it. Now, is it a correct way of doing it? Is it a correct way or best way of doing it? Let us say the next question is, let us say you want to add a new what? You want to add a what? What, a new author. कैसे ऐड करोगे? तुम्हें एक ऑथर ऐड करना है, तो हाउ विल यू ऐड इट? बोलो, कैसे ऐड करोगे? बोलो. Author add is fine. Let us say you want to add a new book to an author. You want to add a new book, ठीक है? Let us say you want to add a new book. कैसे करोगे? बोलो. How will you add a new book? How will you add a new book? You will add some logic, correct, to API to add a new book, right? So how will it work? Something like what? Let us say app.post. ठीक है, इसका वो क्या होगा? Let us say slash add a new book. ठीक है, it will get some like this required comma request comma response. ठीक है. Now what will you do here? इसके अंदर क्या करोगे? You will create a new book via request.body, correct? तो सबसे पहले book is equal to new book request.body. That is what you will try to do. ठीक है, over here. Then you will simply do इसके अंदर request.body will have what? Request.body will have something like name. ठीक है, then it will have the author. ठीक है, author में भी एक ID होगी, right? Then basically you will simply say something like book.save. Book.save. ठीक है, so now does it make sense? First of all, did you get this logic? Okay, okay. Now Likhit is saying a very very good point. So now let us say कि अभी मैंने let me get the details of author. Now just by doing this, let us say the same author A1 was there. ठीक है, so if I get the let us say get slash author की details slash author मतलब slash author ID AUTHOR slash A1. So if I get this, so in the published books, will I get this book? Let us, this is book B1 book. In the published books of this author A1, published books में, will I get this as an output or no? बोलो. This book, will I get this B1 or not? जो हमारी book है, will I get this B1? Will I get this B1 or no? Go ahead everyone. Will I get this B1 or not? Will I get this? हमने book add करी with that author, right? So no, right, will not get it. That is correct, will not get it. So what is the solution to that? What is the solution to that? Correct. So you are saying we haven't pushed it in the author model, just kept it as a book model. So we have to push it as an author, push it in also in the author model. Correct. So how will we push it? So you are saying A1 dot push. A1 dot, let us say something like I will say A1 dot. You are saying it's something like this, right? A1 dot published books dot push what? What? B1. Correct. Let us say book. Sorry. That is what you will do. Something like this. Now will it work? Now will it work? Will it work now? Bolo. ठीक है, if you want to do it, that is fine. But yeah, it will work, right? Well, basically, if you want to save A1, that is fine. That is fine. But it will work now, right? Right. So that is one way of doing it, and that is how most of the people do it. ठीक है, ये पहला तरीका होता है doing this. That is how many people do it. ठीक है. So now, although this is called as child referencing method, this is called as child referencing method. मतलब this हमने हम child को refer कर रहे हैं, right? We are referring child in a parent. So this is called as child referencing method. But the issue is कि what? MongoDB doesn't recommends you this. I can share you one document. ठीक है, MongoDB never recommends you we are doing this will work entirely. ठीक है, मतलब line 7. ठीक है, object ID, that is fine. मतलब object ID है. Joseph, this is the object ID. मतलब this is the primary key of the book object. Okay. So the point is this is called as child referencing method. Child referencing. ठीक है. Then we have, this is one way we saw of writing associations. ठीक है. This is something like many to many. हम many to many कर रहे हैं, right? One author can have many books. One both. Okay. It is many to one. Sorry, right? So now other second method is, this is not a recommended way. This is not a very much recommended way. That is called as child referencing. ठीक है. Now the second method we have is something called as parent referencing. ठीक है. Referencing. ठीक है. What do we do in this? The same work we have to do. ठीक है. Now इसमें क्या हो रहा था? We were basically, parent was keeping a reference of child भी उसको हम कर रहे थे. We were keeping in both. But yeah, first we were keeping a child reference in parent. ठीक है, we call it a child referencing. ठीक है, now in parent referencing, only listen to me carefully, child only child document keeps a reference to parent document. Only child will keep, मतलब only child document keeps a reference to parent documents. ठीक है, so now how it will work? Who is the child? मतलब this was child referencing, मतलब parent was referencing to child, मतलब author was the parent, correct? Author was the parent, book was child, so parent was referring child, correct? Make sense? मतलब you are getting this point, right? Who is parent, who is child? Author is a parent because author can have many books, so parent was having a reference of child. Make sense? Make sense everyone, this point? बोलो, right? Then when we were creating a new book, जब हम book कर रहे थे तो हम पेरेंट में डाल रहे थे, दैट इज व्हाट वी वर डूइंग, राइट? व्हेन मतलब मतलब that is what we were trying to do, right? Then when we create a new book, we were pushing it in the parent. So this is child referencing. Why? In this case, parent holds a reference of a child. That is not, and when a child pushes anything in a parent, this is called as anti-pattern, in which MongoDB doesn't recommend. Okay, that is the issue with child referencing. Now we talked about parent referencing. इसमें क्या कहेंगे? ओनली चाइल्ड डॉक्यूमेंट विल कीप अ रेफरेंस ऑफ अ पेरेंट. ओनली चाइल्ड डॉक्यूमेंट विल कीप अ रेफरेंस टू अ पेरेंट. मतलब हु इज द चाइल्ड? तो बुक स्कीमा में तो एज इट इज रहेगा. आई विल कीप बुक, तो आई विल कीप इट एज इट इज. ठीक है, नाउ दिस इज फाइन, बट विल आई कीप एनीथिंग इन माय ऑथर में? विल आई कीप एनीथिंग इन माय ऑथर? नो. ऑथर विल नॉट इवन हैव what the reference to this. But do you know what are virtuals? Do you know what are virtuals in Node.js? Have you heard of virtuals? So basically, virtuals allow you to describe any entity. Matlab, let us say, let me do it first. Then you will see. Okay. Now, how will I create a published? Let us say what? Constant author is equal to new schema. Okay. How will I do it? अब इसकी क्या होगी? देखो, इसकी कुछ नेम होगी ऑथर क्या? दैट्स इट, राइट? दैट्स इट. देन ऑथर विल हैव व्हाट? लेट अस से सम लोकेशन, दैट्स इट. सम बेसिक थिंग, लेट अस लोकेशन, इसकी लोकेशन, अ रैंडम थिंग, राइट? वेयर डज ही लिव? ठीक है. नाउ डिड आई ऐड एनीथिंग? बाय डिफॉल्ट दिस इज द एक्चुअल स्कीमा ऑफ द ऑथर. ठीक है, स्कीमा मींस अ एक्चुअल थिंग, राइट? सो नाउ दैट स्कीमा मतलब व्हाट ऑल थिंग्स डज इट क्रिएट. Now we can create virtuals in Node.js. Let me quickly tell you what virtuals are. ठीक है, virtuals in MongoDB. ठीक है, एक बार इसे पढ़ लो. इट्स वेरी इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड. टेक 5 मिनट्स एंड रीड इट. ठीक है, 2 मिनट लो, शुरू के 2-3 चीजें पढ़ो, यू विल गेट इट. ठीक है, टेक 2 मिनट्स, रीड इट, यू विल गेट इट. आई एम कमिंग इन 1 मिनट मीनवाइल. ठीक है, तुम पढ़ोगे तो यू विल इजीली गेट इट व्हाट virtuals are. It's a very important thing. Then I will explain again. Okay, how we will solve that problem of associations using virtuals. Okay, पहले पढ़ो इसे, आई एम कमिंग. ओके. समझ आया? Did you get what virtuals are? पढ़ के बोलो. It's easy thing, right? मतलब it's a very easy to understand. Did you get it? बोलो. Did you get? बोलो. समझ आया? मतलब Did you get what virtuals are? Hello. But देखो, anything that you can create. Let us say I want to create a full name. Now let's ये देखो. We have first name, we have last name. देखो, now let us say I want to also have a full name property. So full name can be created via first name, last name both. Correct? Correct. So do I need to add a full name property in the schema? Let us say I want to have first name, last name. Also, I want to have full name property, but I don't want to have it in the schema. Okay. So full name is something I will add it as a virtual. So matlab when anyone calls full name, it will combine them and it will give this. देखो, dog dot first name. देखो, listen to me carefully. First name is this, last name is this. So first name and last name are in the schema. Is full name in the schema? Is full name in the schema? Is full name in the schema? No, bolo. Is full name in the schema? Tell me. No, right? So now, but I have defined a virtual on full name. I have to create a new virtual called as full name. Whenever I create a virtual, anyone can call that virtual doc dot full name. Automatically it will return this dot first name, this dot last name. So matlab schema mein se it will reference to a new property. So basically it is something like creating a new property outside schema. Got it? Something like this. Got it? Did you get this point? Did you get this point? Using the existing things, creating a new property. This full name is a virtual here because that is not a part of a schema. I've created a new property. It's not visible, but there. It's not a part of schema, but it is a part of model. You can something like we have not a part of direct schema, but we have added as a virtual. Got it? Virtual we have added on the scheme on the top of this. You got the usage of this, right? Full name can be created from first name and last name. So it doesn't make sense to add full name in the schema because it will not come as a part of request. So whenever full name is called, it will return this. So let us give you one more thing. I will come to that. Let us say we have age. Let us say I have date of birth already in my schema. मेरी date of birth already in my schema hai. Now let us say I want to have user.age. So should I also have a DOB property and a age property? Should I have both the properties? Well, should I have both the properties in my schema? So what I will do? I will keep the DOB property in my schema. I will create a virtual called as age. And whenever someone calls age, I will simply calculate the difference and return that. Got it? So age is a virtual here. Got it? So whenever say someone is called user.age, it will calculate age from DOB and return it. Got it? Well, you got the use of the virtuals. Why do we need virtuals? It is clear. Clear? Okay. So now same thing coming to author वाले पे example पे. ठीक है. Now I need to have what? What all books he has published? What all books he has published? I need to know this, right? So I can create he has published or he has written or he has authored or he has published. Okay. I need to know this, right? So now already I have this ID, iski ID here, right? So now this published books, I can keep it as a virtual. I can keep this as a virtual. How? I can simply say author dot virtual. I want to create a new virtual on the author name as इसने कौन सी बुक्स लिखी है और बुक्स पब्लिश्ड लेट अस से बुक्स पब्लिश्ड. Okay, now whenever someone clicks how do I need to do this? Bolo, how will I create this? It will automatically, how do I need to populate this? References should be कहां से रेफरेंस करना है? आई नीड टू रेफर द बुक मॉडल, ठीक है। देन आई नीड टू डू व्हाट? बोलो बोलो। then local field, we have something called as local field. Local field is in my current thing, what is the local field? That is underscore id, automatically it becomes, right? That is the object id. And what is the foreign field? These are the foreign field, ठीक है। This is what, इसमें क्या है? What is the foreign field? What is the foreign field? बोलो। Child document, who is the child document? Okay, let me write the definition as well. What is local field here? Local field is what? Key for reference ID, basically. This is for key for reference ID. It is stored on child document as named on parent. ठीक है, as named on parent. ठीक है. So this is why it is what? Local key is ID. ठीक है. ठीक है. Then we have foreign key. Basically, that is key that holds local field value on child document. ठीक है। नाउ चाइल्ड में वी हैव व्हाट? ऑथर, करेक्ट। चाइल्ड में ये तो है ऑथर आईडी, करेक्ट। एंड फॉरेन फील्ड मतलब इन द चाइल्ड टेबल हु इज होल्डिंग दैट फील्ड, दैट इज चाइल्ड, देखो दैट इज ऑथर, करेक्ट। दैट विल बी ऑथर। क्लियर एवरीवन? So I've created a virtual that will, whenever someone clicks on books published, it will find these things from the ref automatically and will return me that. Okay, did you get this point? मतलब what, did you get this point? बोलो, did you get this point? बोलो, did you get this point? But author is not an ID, it's an object. It's not an ID, it's an object. So where did I say author is an ID? मतलब it's a object, that is correct. तो local field क्या है? Local field is the, देखो, what is this underscore ID? Reference. This is what? Author ID, as in the, as in what? As in this, right? Author model, correct. तो ऑटोमेटिकली इट विल मैच दिस टाइप, ठीक है। अब देखो, बुक, हर बुक का एक टाइप होगा, राइट? हर बुक, एवरी बुक विल हैव अ आईडी हियर, करेक्ट। यहाँ पे आईडी तो होगी एक तरीके से। इट इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट, ऑथर इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट, लिखित इट्स नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट, इट जस्ट, you are saying it is just a way out to telling it type is object id, reference is author, right? It is not an object, it is still a kind of object id or a underscore id only. Got it? It doesn't mean that if I have added this it's an object. You got the point, right? It's not an object. When we say type as number, it's not an object, first of all, right? So you got the point. Local field is id, author id, foreign is author, so it will reference it via and it will return you the automatically. ठीक है? So I can give you a reference, I can put you, now the concept is clear, which is better. So this is called as parent referencing. So as compared to child referencing, parent referencing is always preferred. Clear everyone? This point? Is this point clear? ठीक है? So you can read it as a homework, ठीक है? Parent referencing versus child referencing, ठीक है? So that is a better way as compared to the older way, ठीक है? ठीक है? You can read this, ठीक है? So you will see it has create, they will create somewhere as virtuals, okay? ठीक है, तो यू विल सी रिव्यूज एज टाइप दिस रेफरेंसेस, ठीक है, देन रिव्यू में वर्चुअल से, ठीक है। ठीक है, तो यू कैन गो थ्रू देम दिस डॉक्यूमेंट्स, ठीक है, बट आई होप यू वर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स, ओके, यू वर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द concept, ठीक है। So it's an important, okay, this is also good, okay, this has similar, it has published, okay, did you see कि it will give you this published successes, so you can follow this, okay, you can follow something like this, ठीक है। ठीक है, so if you will see it, data as books published will come at this, okay, it will give you a array of objects of that, ठीक है। I think you can check it as a homework, but yeah, I think I'm able to explain you the concept, that is more important, clear everyone, clear everyone, this concept is clear, ठीक है। तो आई थिंक दिस विल बी सेम कंसेप्ट दैट यू शुड अप्लाई टू one appointment can have, मतलब whenever you have a relationship between one person can have multiple prescriptions, one person can have multiple appointments, you got the point right, you got the point right, मतलब this is the next level, मतलब how you improve your code, you got the point right, how will you use association in these scenarios, one person can have multiple appointments, right, right, one hospital can have multiple doctors, you got the why I covered this, ठीक है, क्लियर एवरीवन, बोलो क्लियर, you can use parent also, but I told you the both the ways of doing it, that is how associations are very very helpful and very very used thing, okay, is everyone clear, enough for today, मतलब you got the that is fine, Likit, we'll move to I think we'll do all these things in which app, I think we'll start with movie booking, right, correct, correct है ना, तो we'll do all these things in that class, ठीक है, I can share you the details कि when we'll start, ठीक है, we'll do the project, we'll do it completely, ठीक है। तो what I was doing, what I was giving schedule, right, तो देख, let me check, तो ठीक है, I think we have, it was practice round 2 today, right, correct, it was practice round 2 right today, हाँ, तो we have practice round 3, practice round 4, and then we have around 10 classes for movie booking, okay, okay, around then we have practice round 3 and 4, ठीक है, उसमें 2 more use case will cover, and finally we'll move on to the 10 classes for movie booking, ठीक है। Next 2 classes will be again similar, we will cover 2 more use cases, I think in practice 3 we have something called as population density of students in an area, ठीक है, then we have app for delivery solution, practice round 4 is what app delivery, some delivery, okay, and finally then we'll move on to, from next week, I think from 18th, I think from 18th, the next class is on Monday, right, so I think 16th is the next class on Monday, okay, and 18th, so 16 and 18 we will cover remaining 2 classes, and then from 20th we'll start with the movie booking, make sense, okay, 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 so yeah, are we good to go, no class tomorrow, Sunday we don't have classes, right, लेकिन संडे को तो वी डोंट हैव क्लास राइट, मतलब डू इज इट मेंशन्ड इन योर समवेयर, डिड यू सी इट समवेयर, ठीक है, चलो, आर वी गुड टू गो, वाज द क्लास हेल्पफुल, डिड यू लर्न समथिंग इन टुडेस क्लास, बोलो, वाज द क्लास हेल्पफुल, ठीक है, so yeah, I hope you are learning at least something from me, ठीक है, we are spending 3 hours, so it should be somehow worth it, right, ठीक है, चलो, cool then, bye bye, we'll meet on Monday, okay, have a nice weekend, bye bye, bye bye.